Hey guys, it's that time of the month and we are discussing what we read for February. Woo! Woo! I got an assistant with me. So I didn't think that we were going to get much done because February is a short month and we had family visiting, so we were busy traveling with them. But actually, when I look at the stack in front of me of what everything we've read, I'm pretty impressed. So I'm going to start with our read alouds that we did, and we finished up the year of Miss Agnes, and it was really good. I really liked it, and the author is Kirkpatrick Hill. It's about a school teacher who spends a year with these children in Alaska, and I really enjoyed it. I got a little teary-eyed a couple times, and my sister-in-law was here, and she got to hear the last chapter, and she really enjoyed it. So I'm not sure if maybe I should send it to her, and she can read the whole story, but I really enjoyed it. Then we moved on to, we're almost halfway through Homer Price, and this is part of our Book Shark collection, and I like it. It's funny and
It's
stuff.
about a skunk.
Yeah, there's what it is. It's the boy named Homer, and it's a bunch of little mini short stories. They're kind of too long, those chapters, and so I have to break them up. And so in the morning, I'll probably read half the chapter, and then sometimes during lunch, we'll read the other half, or the next day, we'll just read the second half of the chapter. So that's kind of why it's taking us a little bit longer. So we're going to finish up that. And then after that, we are going to do Captain Nobody. This is also in our Book Shark collection, and looks pretty funny. Nicholas said it looks cute and hilarious, so we are going to do that. Also, for our read aloud, the little ones have been asking. I'm going to fix this because we're kind of crooked. The little boys, I should say, have been asking to read Harry Potter. The only thing with Harry Potter is that the words, it's for more advanced. The littles are not there at reading, but they've been begging and begging and begging and begging. So we went ahead and I got at the library Harry Potter.
And the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes, at audio, on audio. So we've been hearing it at night, and I'm not into fairy tales at all. I am more of a I like true stories. So I really actually enjoy it. The writing is great. I can understand the big hype about Harry Potter because she's a really great author. So you get lost and we're listening to it, and I don't know who is. I think it's Jim Dale is who's doing it, but he's like phenomenal on his storytelling. So we're really enjoying this as a family. All of us, we listen to it at lunchtime, and Joel listens to it and catches up in the evening because the kids can't wait for him. So we've been doing that. Also, put that aside. We've been grabbing some library books, and Nicholas loves everything about the Titanic. So during lunchtime, we've been reading a couple of stories of the Titanic, and this is called Good Question. What sank the world's biggest ship, and other questions about the Titanic? You know, this was really interesting. My brother-in-law, when they were here, you know, that we had did a couple of days when they were here at school, and so we were in the middle of reading this book, and my sister was so engaged in it, and so she enjoyed it, and it was interesting about all the mistakes that were made, all these little mistakes that added up to this huge catastrophe. I mean, at the beginning of building it, and shift changes and what was left, and I mean, it was just very interesting. So they enjoyed that. So you can take that over there. Also, in April, we're taking a week-long RV trip with my parents, and we're doing all of Arizona, a little bit of New Mexico, and Utah. So we are starting just a little bit. I bought some Arizona books, and so that we can have some background of what we see when we're out there on the road trip. So the first one that we read, and this is not like once a day, this is maybe 1 or 2 books a week, because I mean, it's already, we still have the whole month of March, and then we go into April. So I have about maybe 8 books, so I'm just kind of throwing them in there, and we're going to do a little bit of map work for Arizona so they can see, we're in Yuma, all the way at the bottom on the border where California and Mexico is, and I want them to see all that we're going to be traveling so they recognize, because to them, all they know is Phoenix and Yuma, Phoenix and Yuma. So we did the Seed and the Giant Saguaro, yes. And Michael, did you say you read this in kindergarten? Was this the one?
Kind of.
Or was it another one I picked
It
out?
was the other one.
Oh, it was the other one I picked out. And so we haven't read that one, but it's out in the dining room. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was so interesting. I love homeschooling. Don't you love homeschooling? Because I feel like I'm learning stuff with them. So, I mean, the saguaros that you see out in the desert, which of course a lot of y'all aren't in Arizona with us, but these saguaros that you see out in the desert that are just tall, massive, those saguaros are over 100 years old. Like, I just can't get over it. So this was so interesting to know the facts of the roadrunner and the pack rat and the snake, the rattlesnake, the coyote. So this was interesting. So little by little, we're going to continue our study of Arizona. And like I said, it's probably about 1 or 2 books a week, but we will be doing this during lunchtime. Okay, I gotta speed it up because we have a lot of books. Okay, so Nicholas, he's been doing great. He still likes the who is, what are books. And so he keeps us at his bedside. And in the morning when everyone's still asleep, he reads a chapter in bed. So he's doing Who is Steven Spielberg, so he's still working on that. And then he finished up A Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is the one that he kind of keeps around, like if we go to swim meets or he has it in the van and we're going somewhere to the grocery store, he's in the back reading, because I mean it's just quick and he doesn't really need to pay attention. This one, oh my gosh, I'm so happy he's reading this. Matthew read these as a kid and absolutely loved them. It's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I really did not think he was going to get into these books. He's my difficult reader, but I've been so proud of him because he's read so many books this year. So he is about halfway, and he does this as his daily reading. So when Michael's doing his reading, he's reading this book, and he's doing really well. Of course, he tells me the only reason why he's reading this book is because he can watch the movie, because that's the rule in our house. So I think he's enjoying it, though. I see him giggling and laughing, so I hope it's worth it for him. Michael is reading this. This is super easy. He was just working on it. I think he got this at a book fair one time. He picked out.
Actually, in Christmas when I got it.
Oh, okay.
And I got another book.
And he got another one. These are so easy. This is level 1. I think it's grade 1. He is in 2nd grade, so this was so easy for him, but it keeps him happy and busy. So when he's waiting for his brother Nicholas to catch up, he'll grab this book at the table and read it. Michael also finished the book Tornado. That was a good book. Was there a sad part? Right? Yeah. I can't tell what happens in the book in case they want to read it. But it was really good. It has a happy ending. So that was a good one. And then I picked this book out because I go on Pinterest and I always look up for book ideas for the kids. And this one was on the list. And I bought it. And I don't know. After I was thumbing through it, it's really kiddish for Michael. I don't know. It was super easy. The chapters were so small that, like I said, during their read alouds, he's supposed to read a chapter a day. It was so easy for him that I had to read 2 chapters a day. So I asked him, did you like it? Nah, it's okay. I mean, it's, yeah. So that's how we feel about the book. So I bought book 2 and 3, and maybe we might go back and read book 2 or 3. If not, it's not a big deal. It's not like we missed anything. He's going to read after, actually, he finished this today. So after tomorrow, he's going to do Tippy Lemmy, and it's about a neighborhood dog that terrorizes the kids. And I think it's going to be a fun book because I think the dog actually becomes friends with the kids at the end of the story. I think. I haven't read the book.
Me too.
But yes, we're going to find out and let you know. So, whoo, okay.
Okay, let's begin on Matthew's.
Our Matthew book. Oh my gosh. Okay. Matthew was our problem child this month. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
He couldn't decide on what book. We had told y'all in the video before that he was going to read The Kite Runner. I read it 4 or 5 years ago. My mom read it. It's an amazing book. He didn't like it. He went through, I think, chapter 3, maybe 4, and he said, I don't like this book. And I was like, oh, I told my mom, and my mom was like, what? How can he not like this book? So then I said, okay, let's get you boys in the boat. And I don't know if it was just Matthew for the month of February. He was in a mood and he just could not figure out a book he liked. And so he went through, I want to say like 2 chapters. I'm telling you, we wasted the month of February on Matthew. And so I think he got to 2 chapters and he's like, Mom, I'm not really feeling this one either. And I'm like, are you kidding me, son? So then we went to the next one, which is the 3-year swim club. All these books are true stories. I mean, they're great. They've been highly recommended to me. And so, anyways, we went and I got him the 3-year swim club. And it says the untold story of Maui's Sugar Ditch kids and their quest for Olympic glory. So this is a true story, and I think I read an article that they're going to make a movie, and I hope they do because, I don't know if you've seen the movie McFarlane, but I mean, it was one of my favorite true stories that Disney made, so I'm hoping that they do this. But Matthew was telling me, he's like, he was reading about the coach and about, techniques that this coach has invented that Matthew's still using today for swim. So he'll tell me things and he'll say, did you know that this coach did this? And do you know that they swim here? And did you know? So I'm glad that he's enjoying it. He said it's not one of his favorites, but so far, hopefully he'll start picking up. He said it was just kind of jumping from one topic to another topic to, I guess, like one setting or something like that is what he was telling me. I don't know what the writer is probably maybe trying to set it up is what Matthew was saying. Matthew is still continuing to read The Half-Blood Prince. I think he took this to a swim meet or we went somewhere and he's been literally picking it up little by little. I mean, I told y'all a couple months ago, it's a huge book and so it's just going to take him time. So he is working on that. And then let's see, The Boys in the Boat. I think he said he might read this next. Again, he's going to try it out again and try to read that. And I'm like running along on this video so also Matthew picked up these books at Barnes and Nobles, and they're comic books and they're history books, and one of them is Raid of No Return, and this one is Treaties, Trenches, Mud, and Blood, and
this one is One Dead Spy.
One Dead Spy. And so they're comic books, but Matthew loves history. And so they looked really interesting to him, so we got him the whole set. So I think he said he's going to just maybe just throw them in the van and like the way Nicholas does, just read them. Or like we're at swim meets, or maybe, when we're on our RV trip, he'll probably just throw a book or 2 in his bag and take them with us. So, whew! For the month of February, that was a long video of everything we've done. Like I said, I didn't think we did that much, but apparently we did. So we were very productive. And so that's what we're going to do for March. And that's what we read for February. So we'll see you again next month. Bye-bye.
Bye.